it sucked.
Hey guys, thanks for writing my space log, and welcome to the Iwaihime Matsuri review for the PS Vita. I hope you're ready for some sadness and depression. But first, follow me on Patreon for all my wacky and kooky personality. 'Cause you aren't gonna find it here. Support me. Iwaihime Matsuri is a visual novel that came out on the PS Vita in 2017, but it's actually a consumer version of the computer game Iwaihime. A lot of those scenarios were rewritten to align with the Sero rating system, and this version adds an additional episode that helps fill in missing information about the story. It's yet another title published by the good people at Nippon Ichi Software, and to break things down for you, it has 12 episodes, and it takes place in a, brace yourselves, small Japanese town, and our main characters are, brace yourselves, high school kids and a questionable nurse, and there may or may not be some
Notice me, senpai.
action. Oh yeah, and I guess there's some horror in there too. The story takes place in a small town called Susuda, and follows the main character, a 16-year-old boy named Susumu Susuhara, who recently moved there without his family. It is tradition in the Susuharas to have a year where you live alone. Well, actually, he's staying in an apartment owned by his distant family, and is basically under their care. Their daughter, Tsubakiko Haruyami, known as Kiko-chan, is his 6 times removed relative and is staying in the apartment next to him. Anytime somebody goes out of their way to mention how distant a cousin is, you know there's gonna be some kind of uncomfortable legal love going on. Speaking of strange and uncomfortable things, enter Toei Kurokami. Oh yeah, and the creepy doll she's always holding. But I'm not judging, you know, because I do the same. I call him Rubit. This doll is actually a Nihon Ningyo, which means Japanese doll, and there are a variety of them out there, but I think this one is a Ichimatsu Ningyo, which is more human-like than the others, and creepy as all get out. There's an urban legend that the doll's hair grows. It's mentioned in Iwaihime Matsuri, but isn't the most creepy thing about them here. Kurokami seems to be this almost ghostly-like character, much like the doll she carries. She comes and goes to classes as she pleases. No teachers really even acknowledge her during, and all she does is look out the window. And they even say, if you look into her eyes, you become cursed.
Sounds a lot like me.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on around Kurokami cakes, and our boy Susumu wants in. And if all you got coming at you is your distant cousin spouting things like, can you really blame him? There are actually other girls in this game as well, like the former child idol, Liria Nunokawa, known as Magical Princess Lily. That's a girl I'd really like to see on the next season of Idol Death Game TV. And Kanae Minobe, Susumu's easygoing but intelligent senpai. Wait a second, my cringe meter's going off the chart. I know that voice.
I'm here, senpai.
No, not you. To the computer. I can internet too. Gun pixies. Susumu really struggles with why he's so attracted to Kurokami. Is it love, lust, or a sense of duty? He's drawn to her despite the countless warnings he receives from Kiko-chan. Heck, even Kurokami tells him to get away from her. But this game isn't all just young love and cringy anime voices. The characters often fall into daydreams that turn into nightmares. Like Susumu, who in one episode dreams of some spooky and gross stuff in the shower. Like this. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say this used to be a student. How he gets pounded into this is really messed up. Man, people really need to take better care of their meat. Who did this to you? I need names! Tell me!
beat my meat!
I'd say one of the major themes of Iwaihime Matsuri is, what is reality? Like the famous butterfly dream. These dream worlds can be very dark, and with some messed up sexual imagery. Like this. There's definitely some tentacle fetish in one of these chapters, and that is probably one of the reasons why Iwaihime Matsuri got a Z rating in Japan. If this is the tamed down version, I'm not sure I want to see the original. As you read on, you learn more and more about the connection he has to Kurokami, the town he moved to, and the Iwaimoto temple located there. It's actually a pretty interesting story, and once you get into the 5th episode, it starts to really make sense. But I felt like there was just way too much cringy high school dialogue in between the good parts, that it slowed down the story too much. However, once you get into the backstory, it gets really interesting, and it's hard to put down. I don't know why it hasn't been localized. But it really should. The Japanese is fairly difficult, though a lot of it is voice acted, which makes it nice when looking up kanji. So I'd say if you got the Japanese ability, go for it. It's a pretty good story. I don't know if I liked it as much as Sheen, but it's definitely pretty good in my opinion. But that's trash. It's a pretty creepy game, but the biggest horror of all is that it's just a damn visual novel. A book in disguise. Well, there you go. That's Iwaihime Matsuri on the PS Vita. And I'll see you whenever I see you. Space or something, I don't know.